So hello viewers, you are welcome to today's class. In today's class, we are going to talk about algebra. We are going to discuss what algebra is, and we are going to take some examples on algebra so that you understand how you can be able to solve questions related to algebra. So what is algebra in entirety? When we talk about algebra, what do we mean? So algebra is a branch of mathematics that uses symbols, letters, and numbers in order to represent and solve problems. Okay, when we talk about algebra, we are talking about the use of symbols, the use of letters, the use of numbers in order to represent and solve some problems. So to help you understand better, let's take examples so that you know what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so in real life scenario, we know that if you have um, 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2, you know that the answer is going to be what? 5. That's correct. So 3 plus 2, the answer is 5. So this is arithmetic, this is the normal addition that you know. Okay, but what if I now say that um, 3 plus x is equals to 5? So you see, at this place now, this becomes algebra because now I'm telling that what I'm trying to tell you here is that if you add 3, if you carry 3 and add it to a certain number, the answer is going to give you 5. So if you carry 3, add it to a certain number, it's going to give you 5. So what is that number? That is x. We represent it with letter what? X. So you can see that I'm trying to represent that number. We don't know what that number is, so that's why we are using letter to represent that number. Is that okay? So you can see that we have a combination of numbers and letters. So I'm trying to tell you that there's a number that when you add it to 3, is going to give you 5. So what is that number? And that's where you will now begin to solve some equations involving algebra. So for example, this one, if you, assuming you don't know this one, I just wrote this equation that 3 plus 5 is equals to 3 plus x is equals to 5. Find me the value of x. So what I'm trying to say is, what number will I add to 3 that will give me 5? So in this case now, to be able to find what that x is, I'm going to make x subject to the formula, okay? I will make x subject to the formula. And how do I make x subject to the formula? I'm going to carry this 3 to this other side of the equation and be left with only x here on this side. So if I do that, I'm going to get that x is equals to 5. Now by the time I carry this x and bring it to this other side of the equation, anytime you are carrying a number and it's crossing the equal to sign, if it was positive before, by the time it goes to the other side, it's going to become negative. For example, now this is 3, this is plus 3, we know. By the time I carry this 3 and it cross this equal to sign to this side, it's now going to become minus 3. Okay, so this will be minus 3. Sorry, minus 3. But assuming it was minus 3 I have here, if I cross it to this other side, it's going to be plus 3. So anytime you carry a number and crossing the equal to sign, know that the sign is going to change. If it is positive, by the time it's crossed, it's going to be negative. But if it is negative, by the time it's crossed, it's going to be positive. So I have that 5 minus 3. So that means my x is going to be 5 minus 3. I know that the answer is what? 2. So I can see that that number that I'm looking for, that I'm going to add it to 3, is going that will give me 5 is 2, just as I have here. So that's the example. That's simply just what algebra is all about. So let's take a more complex, a little bit more complex question than this. So let's say that I have 2x plus 3 is equals to 11. Okay, so let's say we have a question given like this, that find the value of x. Now what this is trying to say that there is a number that if you multiply it by 2 and add 3 to it, is going to give you 11. Okay, they are trying to tell you that there is a number that we don't know what that number is. If we represent it with letter x, that if you multiply it by 2 and add it to 3, is going to give you 11. So let us find that number. That's what they're asking us to do. So now, if I have to do that, remember, whenever you are asked to find that x, you are always going to make that x subject formula. Okay, so if I'm going to make a subject formula, remember, making something subject formula is just making that thing to stand on its own without any letter or number attached to it. If I want to make a subject formula, that means I want x to only be on its own without any other number attached to it. So from here now, I have to first, to make x subject formula, first I have to start by carrying this 3 first to this other side of the equation. So remember, I told you that if a number is plus, is crossing to the other side of the equation, it's going to turn to minus. So by the time I carry this 3 and bring it to the other this side, is going to turn to minus 3. So I'll be left with only 2x here is equals to 11 minus 3. So the 3 has come to this side, that's why it turned to minus. So that means I'm going to have that 2x is equals to, so I have 11 minus 3, and that will give me 8. So I have now, what I have there is 2x is equals to 8. Okay, so I've not helped you. Remember, I said I want only x to stand on its own, so I have to also find a way of getting these 2 out of this x. So how do I do it? But now you can see that the x is attached with the 2 by multiplication. So if I want to remove these two, what I'll do is I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Okay, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2 like this. So all over 2, here will also be all over 2. So from here, these 2 will cancel these 2. So that I'll only be left with x here. So x will be equals to 8 divided by 2. So my x now will be, if I divide 8 by 2, I know that the answer is 4. So that means the value of my x is 4. That means the number that I'm going to multiply by 2 to add it to 3 to give me 11 is going to be 4. So if you are in doubt, let's just try it. So from this equation we have that if you want to confirm and be sure that your answer is correct, you just say, okay, 2 times x. So and I know that my x, I got it as 4. That means 2 times 4 plus 3 is equals to 11. So 2 times 4 is what? The answer is 8. Then plus 3 is equals to 11. So 8 plus 3 is what? If you have 8 plus 3, we know that, sorry, there's 1 here. So 8 plus 3, we know that the answer is 11. So 11 times 11. So can you see? That means the answer we got here is correct. 11 is equal to 11. So that's how you solve some questions that relate to algebra. So now in our subsequent video, we are going to go deeper and see how you can be able to solve some more complex equations that has to do with algebra. Hope you understand today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.